Zealot Archon, okay. No, the prologue actually gives you basically the full tech tree. On this mission, you can build literally everything except for air units. You can go Zealot, Sentry, Stalker, High Templar, Dark Templar, Immortal, Colossus. Which back then was the full breadth of everything because the Disruptor was only a twinkle in Blizzard's eye. Zealot Archon. Alrighty. That's not that bad.
We must free our brothers before that happens.
I will take in the proper campaign though stuff like Time Slow or whatever it's called, Temporal Field, and I feel free to use that, but I'm not going to use Solar Lance, Orbital Strike. I might deploy Phoenix if people want it, but that kind of stuff, you know what I mean. What about the Reaver? This is the prologue for Legacy of the Void. The Reaver did not exist. It's just, this is Heart of the Swarm ladder Protoss right here. Basically. Except for without the Mothership Core, because it flies. What about Time Stop? I'm gonna try to avoid using Time Stop because it's so broken. I think ultimates in general are just going to be off the table unless I'm specifically told it's okay for a mission.
Warriors, stay clear of the Zerg's path.
Because, yeah, I want to have fun with it, you know? I want the focus to be whatever stupid composition we're doing. And in the same way that if you go for Kerrigan in Heart of the Swarm, she can solo everything. Well, the Spear of Adun is not as good as Kerrigan is, but it's definitely good. First attack here is at the 4-minute mark, by the way. So, I'm just sitting up, preparing for that. And then we'll be able to get a move on. I actually like this mission. I don't think that the prologue is the best overall. The missions are pretty... Actually, just the third mission sucks. I think that the first two missions... The second mission's really hard, but this mission I think is pretty fun. Can you build the Tempest in Prologue 2? Yes, you can. You can build the Carrier, you can build the Tempest, you can build the Void Ray. I believe you can build the Phoenix. I shouldn't have said that one. Uh-oh. I don't think the Phoenix can kill the objective, though, so it's not really a viable unit. I'm just digging a bigger hole for myself, aren't I? If I recall, the first attack wave is over here. I had to map this out for speedrunning at one point. Though that was on normal, not on this. Oh, Wraths. Vikings would be a ton scarier if they actually landed properly. Just like sat on people instead of, you know, cautiously waiting for them to get out of the way.
The Zerg are gathering. They will surely attack soon.
They will attack soon, but don't call me Shirley, Zeratul. I'm not going to be able to afford Archons for quite a while. I'm just going to throw that out there because I need upgrades and I'm on one base. The one thing I don't like about this mission, the lack of base. Is she going to win this fight? Yep. Okay, so the first of 3 bases has been taken by Kerrigan. And I, on the other hand, have barely made any progress. I'm going to get 1 Archon, and then I'm going to go. Because I do need that extra damage against their biological units. There's a lot of bio on this mission.
Upgrade complete.
2 more workers. And then I'll be at 24-24, which is super saturation. I'm always a little bit concerned that people are going to start super saturating because they watch me play, but they're going to be doing it in like versus when it's really bad. I should just put a disclaimer. You should always go to... Actually, no, they have the right numbers now in multiplayer, don't they? I forgot about that. Yeah, go to the number that it says. But if you're playing the campaign, often go to 2/3 that number if you have multiple bases. Because they used to want you to put 3 on every patch, but ideally you want 2 unless you're on 1 base, then you want 3. Okay, let's go. Alpha Star was different though. Alpha Star oversaturated in expectation of getting an expansion. which I do believe is viable. I've done the math on it, and I think that it is pretty net neutral with expanding earlier. It depends on the map, it depends on the matchup and all that kind of stuff. Super saturating, though, going 24 out of 24 on like 3 bases is objectively incorrect. It's just, you don't pay off the cost. I believe there's Reapers that come out of here, so I'm going to try not to lose my Zealots. Are Reapers going to kill an Archon? No, no, no. Why do Reapers hit? What? That was so much damage. Wow. I'm impressed with Reapers, man. Also, this isn't good. After about 10 minutes, it pays off. Yes, assuming that you didn't do anything with the stuff you could have built in the meantime. Which is basically never the case. Because it has a direct cost that pays off after 10 minutes, and then it has an opportunity cost that is very hard to make worth it. Opportunity cost, for people who don't know, being that the idea of you could have done something else with that money and that could have leveraged a better advantage. I think it's originally an investing term, where you invested in one thing and that thing made you money, but you could have invested the money somewhere else to make even more money, so it was a bad investment even though it gave you money. Because money's weird. Which is why games like, it actually is very directly related to us, because it's why games like StarCraft end up getting dropped. Because they are profitable, however they're not pie in the sky, potentially bajillion dollar profitable. They're only reasonable investment of time and money to make a profit back profitable. Unfortunately. How strong should your economy be for co-op? You generally want 16 workers on 16 workers on one mineral line, 14 on the other, I think. It depends on the map, but rule of thumb is 2 workers per mineral line. If you just copy that forever, you're going to be in good shape. Unless you're on one base, then 3.
Tear apart their reactor. The Queen of Blades.
How did that go so far? Damn Ravens, man. They're so annoying. Head over here.
Warriors, there is another cell ahead. Go forth and claim the vengeance you seek.
And then we want to get on top of the warp-in cycle here.
Warping in. Impossible.
They are experimenting with pylon technology.
Then we should get the pylon, and that'll give us a big old warp-in. And I'm actually having a hard time. I don't need these stalkers anymore. They were starting stalkers, so they're technically fair game, but
Claiming the pylon now.
at this point,
It's hard to believe.
no, you're gonna have a bad life. Sorry, stalker.
Could manipulate our technology.
At this point, I don't really see the value. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's really bad. I am so far away. Let's see. Warp in, warp in. Make an Archon. See if I can use that Archon to distract. Oh no, 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 no. I need my main. I need my workers too. This is why you oversaturate. Then they can kill all your workers. Run! Get him, boys. It was a trap the whole time. This is gonna be too many. I thought I was gonna lose a lot of gates right there.
The swarm is
Okay, let's give this a go.
nucleus core. We are a tide of death that does not break.
Kurgan's lines in the prologue are so bad. We are a tide of death. It does not break. That's not what we do. The only thing broken is Protoss. Because Kerrigan is a traditional Zerg balance miner. She's actually a very active Redditor. That's a fun fact that many people didn't know. Swing some of the Zealots down here. We want the Archons mostly down here as well to support. Try to get a full surround here. And we're going to have the shortcut open soon, which is going to be phenomenal. I think the next attack comes over there. I remember we had to figure that out at some point, so I'm just blindly building stuff there. Because I believe they just, like, bring in a Hercules. And this is a big enough army that can probably bust the next area on its own. How much more is 3 workers per mineral patch compared to 2? It is 10% more income, which is why it is not worth it. 2 workers are 90% saturation, 3 workers are 99% saturation. You can never truly get to 100% because the AI will just do dumb stuff sometimes.
The swarm will begin another assault soon.
But the first 2 workers generally pay themselves off after about a minute, and the subsequent workers take about 10.
Those who side with Amon's hybrid deserve.
I'm going to try to keep the Archons alive. That's the most important thing here. The Zealots can just go become Dragoons or whatever later. Nice. That worked out really well. No, I got distracted. Oh, my friends. My big blue boys. I didn't use the word ball because I knew that would have been bad if I said it. I'm learning to not say dumb stuff. I'm just doing dumb stuff instead. Okay, we gotta try this again. We did a pretty decent first strike against them. We're actually having time constraint issues. Here, you're gonna chill out over here. We're gonna need that base. I'm running pretty poorly with this bad economy. There's going to be one more Seeker missile. Just got to watch the Raven. Oh, he didn't do it. Got everybody. All the boys are back in town.
Time is running short, Zeratul.
Kerrigan, you know as well as I that Amon lives. Slaying his hybrid is a meaningless act. We must awaken the Zelnaga.
No response.
Why do ancient civilizations in sci-fi always put themselves to sleep? Like,
The final cell awaits us.
it's weird to me. It doesn't seem like it has a use. Why don't they just, like, do their own thing? I know that they're supposed to be out of the picture or whatever, but I don't know. Ancient civilizations like napping a bit too much, in my opinion, for being hyper advanced. Maybe that's the actual message of all these things, is taking a nap is good and you should do it more. That's what the ancient civilizations all figured out. So now we're going to be able to build double the Archon, double the Fall. There's going to be another attack wave over here, and then we have to blitz our way to the finish because Kerrigan is going to end this mission soon. Sick drop. Either that or all ancient civilizations are just super depressed. They're like the millennials of the sci-fi universe. Wouldn't it be great to have a sci-fi thing that's like super realistic in that what was the great conflict that caused all the problems in your world? Oh, it was housing prices, man. We just... Nobody could afford a house anymore because a bunch of alien billionaires bought them all up. That should be in a sci-fi thing. I would absolutely read that and relate to it. Our space insulin, it was too expensive. Of course, we decided to nap for trillions of years until someone figured it out. It's actually the only thing that our space healthcare covered. Ancient race is just a bunch of people in medical comas. Oh, that would be so stupid. Or what about like a ancient or a zombie infestation? That would be a good one. Oh, a zombie movie where the cure was readily available, but people were against the free distribution of the anti-zombie medicine, so then everybody gets zombied. That would be realistic.
I wish to be done with this already.
Because you gotta pull yourself up by your own zombie bootstraps. You know there's people that would do that, even today. I am really concerned about this. I'm so slow. Without the hard-hitting power of the Immortal, or the micro potential of the Stalker, I'm just not making a quick trip. Ooh, no. That was kind of a dodge. Go up here, pull down. And then wrap around, kill the tank. And we have to head into Warpin's Central over here for a nice little dose of pylonage. Was that the Warpin? Oh, okay. They don't have that much on this one. If there was ever a StarCraft 3, I'd kind of like to see stuff about Terran trying to experiment with the Protoss stuff and justification as to why it doesn't happen or it doesn't continue. Like, you play as Mobius or something and you get some way to teleport your guys around, but it gives them a timed life because that's just kind of the side effect, and they didn't care because they had a bunch of indoctrinated people. It's like, yeah, we figured out pylon technology. It might turn you into a puddle of gray goop after an hour and a half, but nah, that's fine. They're just Marines. We need to finish this, otherwise life is going to be terrible. This is a very thin hallway for a very large army with no range. I think it's going to be okay, but Raven shots like that could be the end of me. Archons are great against hybrid. That is one thing to remember. All hybrid are biological, and all Archons are good at murdering biological units. It's not stereotyping, it's fact. We're gonna win, but it definitely wasn't the greatest fight for being at like 170. Okay, we did it. Next mission. We can probably fit one more in today.